Hello, hello. Today I will be talking about the stock market. Is the stock market risky in 2020? Well, first of all, do your own research before we begin. In fact, don't believe anything I tell you. Do your own research. Go out and find out for yourself. Look at the data on your own and determine that through your own research. Secondly, I am not a financial planner, so I am not giving you financial advice. Um, so, number one, is the stock market risky? Well, let's look at some facts. The market right now is manipulated by the central bank. What do I mean by that? Basically, the money printing, which I know all of you have heard about, from the Fed is constituting to the rise in prices of the stock market. Now, if you don't believe me, again, do your own research. But as of today, the stock market released its monthly hearing that they have, and according to this report, they are basically saying that they're going to continue printing more money. That's simple. Um, and according to them, they're going to be printing about 120 billion a month. 120 billion a month. In this previous month, they just printed $1 trillion, and they injected that into the economy. Now, will it be 120 billion a month? I don't believe so. I think that they will continue to print even more than that. Who knows? Um, the truth of the matter is that most of these stocks, most of these companies that the stock market represents, uh, are not producing. So how are they in the positive? I mean, the only explanation is the stock market is being um, held up by the Fed. It's that simple. They're printing money, and that's why these stocks seem to look as if they're profiting when they're not. Number two, the market increasingly, stock market is increasingly careening from one extreme to the other. So it's very volatile. It can be high one day and it can be low another. For example, as of Friday, stocks were at all-time highs. As of Friday. As of today, the market toppled 2,000 points and is down 15% from its all-time high on Friday. And just today, it's down 12% on the year. So that means if you invested and put in money at the beginning of the year into the stock market and you did not come out of the stock market, you have lost 12% of your money. 12% of your money. Now, if let's say you were in during the highs, well, you lost 15%. So, it's very volatile right now in the stock market, and that has a lot to do with the Fed. And of course, the fact that the economy is not where no one is working. We have multiple people that have been laid off. So, for the economy to be, for the stock market to be up, it, the economy needs to be up as well, and that doesn't seem to be the case. And finally, number three, uh, this one is a little bit sobering, and I'm not a bearer of bad news. I don't like to be a bearer of bad news or be negative or pessimistic, but the V-shaped recovery is doubtful. Why is that? Well, looking at what's going on now, um, they're reporting a second wave of COVID. Obviously, businesses are closed due to the looting and the rioting. Interest rates are not going up according to the statistic or the report that they released today, the Fed, and unemployment is expected to only go up to 8.6% as opposed to the 4% that it was before COVID. Currently, I think it's around 14% unemployment. Um, and so it's only going to go up, a couple of percentage points. It's not going to be at the level it was before COVID, meaning that it's not going to be a V-shaped recovery that people are expecting or people want to expect. Um, Another thing is the stock market right now is total speculation. There's no fundamentals at all when it comes to investing in the stock market. In fact, it's not even considered investing. I have a great article that reflects that. Basically, it says here, according to this article, uh, it was basically free money. So, I decided to play around with it, she said, and you might lose some, you might win some. It's like a gambling game. In other words, for a lot of people, these stimulus checks were just free money, a windfall which they treat differently than money that actually they had to work for. Not take a shot. Why not take a shot at the lottery? For example, these people that have these stimulus checks are not experienced investors. These are overnight traders and trying to do something with the stimulus checks. So right now, the increase in prices of stocks is not reflecting a booming economy. It's reflecting people that have nothing to do. People are just investing on Robinhood, literally just going on Robinhood, which is an app that anyone can go to, put in money, uh, and they consider that investing, and they're buying anything and everything. So, is it because the economy is booming? Not necessarily, no. Um, and so according to the data, we're not expecting to see an increase, which means that this could be, you could be putting your money in there and not really getting a return on that money. And I always like to leave on a positive note, so I'll leave some solutions. What are some solutions? Well, right now, if I were in the stock market, I would cash out. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you to do anything. However, if I were the one in stocks, I would cash out my money and I would invest that in hard assets. Like what? Like precious metals, like real estate, which is a big one, treasury securities, life insurance, which is a lot of people don't know about that one. And honestly, I mean, I wouldn't hold on to cash necessarily, but I wouldn't be spending as much as I would if the economy was in 2019. But anyway, let's recap. Why is the stock market risky? One, central bank manipulated stocks. So these are not stocks that are earning based on production. Number two, the market is up and down, way too volatile. It's up one day and it's all-time low at another. So it's too volatile. Number three, there is no V-shaped recovery. So the economy is not expected to be at where it was at before COVID. Therefore, it's not a V-shape. Therefore, you may be risking a lot putting your money in stocks. Again, do your research, and I'll leave you with this. If you like the video, subscribe below, like the video, and if you like it, I'll come out with a lot more content as to what type of solutions you guys could put your money into to build and generate wealth during these times. See you guys later. Peace.